Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today's video is going to be a video that I'm going to regret doing right after I post it. So why am I doing it? I don't even know. But today's video is going to be about my love journey throughout middle school. This video will expose me so much because I barely talk about this now since it cringes the heck out of me. But one day I saw the guy and I started questioning, why am I still single? And now we're here, talking about my cringe yet interesting crush in middle school. Never in a million years would have thought to share this with the internet, but here we go. So it all started on a fine Monday morning. Young Fluffy was going to start her first day at middle school, or second day, or was it the third week? I honestly don't even know. But me and this guy approached each other in the hallways. We locked eyes and fell in love. LMLJK, did you really expect things to go that smooth for me? Did you really think I was going to be able to get a guy on the first day? First try? Of course not. What really happened was me and this guy were in the same 6th grade class for like 5 periods in a row, and he didn't notice me for the first half of the year. Did this come in as a surprise? No. It was a very one-direction obsession relationship, and it didn't change at all throughout the 4 long years which I liked him for. So, yeah, it was pretty sad, not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure I started to like him after the first month of 6th grade. He was really cute and funny, and literally everyone in the class liked him. Even the teachers liked him and enjoyed his company. So like the sad and unfortunate female that I am, he didn't notice me at all. I literally had the biggest crush on him and he didn't know that existed. So, great start. But then after the first half of the year, I was assigned to sit right behind him for the second half. Our district goes by quarters, so there was 2 quarters in 1 semester. We switched seats for every quarter, and it just so happens that I sat right behind him every single quarter. It doesn't sound like a lot, but trust me, I was so happy and pretty much enjoyed most of it. There were so many activities that we did together as a group because we sat next to each other, and that's when we started talking. Obviously, he wasn't talking directly to me, he was talking to other cute girls in our group that actually had a good humor. But I get to participate in some of that conversation and generated a 1-sentence conversation between me and him, which will literally make me the happiest child in the world. So that did occur a few times when he asked me how to do some of the problems on the board. I still remember the conversation to this day, and when I think about it, it is just so sad. Let's just keep in mind that he only asked 1 question, and I would think that he is interested in me. Meanwhile, he talks to every other girl in the class. I was definitely on something, as my mind wasn't straight thinking that a guy's interested in me because he generated a not so interesting 2-sentence conversation with me. It for some reason boosted my ego and gave me a lot of false hope. Just a quick tip, just because someone asks you questions or try to talk to, it does not mean they like you, okay? Stop self-generating false hope, because in the end, you'll be disappointed. Oh, speaking of disappointment, I would do so many disappointing things to get his attention. I remember it so well because how embarrassing it is. So first, I would kick his chair and annoy him because his seat is too far back. Honestly, more like to get his attention, but that was my excuse back then. Would someone normal kick someone's chair to get their attention? No. But since it's me, of course I'll do something bizarre like that. Every time I speak to someone I like, I get out of control and do things I would normally do. And then they would think that I'm abnormal. So that's one way to not get your crush to like you back. I also remember arguing with him just so I can get a little bit of conversation going on. First of all, if you want to generate a conversation with someone you like, you do not start an argument. Who in the world with a normal mind would think that generating an argument would put you in a good impression on someone you like? That's just not smart in any shape, way, or form. There are so many more unfortunate situations that happen in 6th grade, but if I were to mention all of them, this video would be 20 minutes long. So I am going to move on and talk about my 7th grade experience. To be honest, I don't remember much from 7th grade. I don't think I even talked to him in 7th grade. So, yeah, we're moving on to 8th grade. 8th grade is literally when everything happened. Well, I mean, not like everything, but like most of the things. So in 8th grade, I got into the most toxic relationship with one of my so-called friends, and it was not the best year of my life. But it was an interesting year, to say the least. He was in almost all of my classes, and that is when we talked the most. Talking the most as in talking once a month, because he literally doesn't care about me at all. So in 8th grade, he sat right behind me in math class, a table next to me in science class, and 2 tables next to mine in social studies and English. I don't remember much from science class because the class was mad boring, and our teacher literally taught us in the least efficient way and would yell at us for not understanding something. So that class was a pain. in math class, a lot of the time we would be doing our own classwork by ourselves with no help because the teacher thinks that giving students a bunch of problems to do will automatically allow them to learn the material. But that also created many chances with the guy. So since our teacher didn't teach at all, most of the time students would have no clue what they're doing. But I was in honors math the previous year, so I pretty much learned everything I need to learn in this class. And with him sitting right behind me, he would ask me questions every now and then. I remember getting mad excited when he says thank you and think that we're so close. But no, just because a man is being polite and says thank you does not mean they're interested in you, okay? Let's just say my ego was mad whack those days. This is life and I was drunk as a child. Anyways, there is this class called English Workshop, I think. Basically, for those that didn't pass the state exam thing that they give every year to see students' abilities in certain areas. Now, as you can probably tell from the way I speak in my videos, especially my in-game commentary videos, my English is trash. Like my pronunciation joke, I stutter on words still, my grammar is bad, so of course I was placed in that class. But somehow so was he. It was a small class that consists of like 8 people, so we had many group activities. Not that he cared I was in there, but man, I was so excited to be in that class every single day. We didn't do much work in that class until an English project came up. For some reason, our regular English teacher thought it would be a great idea to give a year-long project that everyone absolutely hated, and required us to write a long-ass paper and had to remember it to present in front of the whole class, which consists of about 50 people. Basically, you had to read and memorize your 20-page paper and present it to the class. Let's just say for a small brain middle schooler, I had a lot of trouble doing that, so I didn't enjoy that project whatsoever. It took me a whole freaking month to memorize that paper, so when I was called up to present, my whole body was shaking, I was panicking at the uttermost level, and I was about to cry. My teacher was staring at me as if I'm going to faint any second. Instead of going on his phone, he stared me down, which made me even more nervous. That's how you know I'm struggling mad hard. Not only does the teacher know, the student also know. And he was there for my presentation too, which makes it even worse. What's worse is that this is picked randomly, so when you're picked, you have to go. After my presentation, everyone thought I did a great job. Only I thought I did terrible, but everyone enjoyed it. After class, we went to the English Workshop class. Everyone told me how well I did, to which I don't see. But everyone was so supportive, so I felt a lot better. And then he walked in. I remember in my head that he looked so handsome. I don't know why. My head is whack. It's almost like those K-drama where the main character walks in and everyone stares at him. And then he walks towards me. He told me that I did a great job and gave me a fist bump. You have no idea how that made me feel. It was honestly one of the greatest experiences of my life back then. Now I think about it, it is low-key sad how a fist bump can impact a person so much. Like, how low of a standard do you have for a fist bump to change your life? Also, this isn't even the most crazy story. I remember one time during class, he asked me to borrow a pencil. A freaking pencil. Do you know how much that made my day? A lot. Man, that kind of life is fairly depressing. When a guy asks you to borrow a pencil and that made you the happiest girl in the world, you know that's something that goes inside your head and right. A pencil. I can't emphasize this enough. A pencil can change someone's mood for a whole month. Oh, for the record, I still have the pencil in my case today. 5 years later, I still have that pencil that encouraged me to push through middle school. Anyways, to finish off the story, because this is getting too long, we graduated middle school and I never saw him again. The end. Just kidding, he still goes to my high school, but we don't have any of the same classes anymore, so there was no more opportunity to have a conversation with him. Not that I have much opportunity in the first place, but now my chance is pretty much like non-existent, so that was the end of my not so romantic love story. It was very sad, but honestly, that's pretty real. We all expected that. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for future content and support. And if you didn't enjoy, please also do the same, because I want to get monetized and I want to get ad revenue. So, yeah, this is it for today's video. I really don't know what else to say in this outro. But, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!